Didn't see you there. Hello. Sorry. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Michael, and I have some questions to ask you. How do you feel about working in a group? Better yet, how do you feel about working alone? Now, these are questions that we don't face often in life, but it plays a role in our life at least to some degree. Let me explain. Now, the question I'm just asking you may seem very trivial, but in fact, it isn't. Why, you ask? Because, well, it's related to this little thing known as separatism, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's when part of a country wants to separate from the country itself. And this happens, well, a lot in this world. And that brings me to the subject of this video, which is West Papua. Now, just to go over West Papua really quickly, West Papua is a province in Indonesia, right? And the thing about West Papua is that it shares an island with another country known as Papua New Guinea, which isn't in fact part of Indonesia. And well, the other unique thing about West Papua is that, well, it's very different compared to other parts and other provinces in Indonesia. Okay, I'm not racist or anything, but just to say that they're different is actually not a big overstatement or an understatement. Because why? Because the thing about Indonesia is different in itself, and the thing about West Papua is that, well, due to their differences, it has caused a bunch of racism and discrimination and all that horrible stuff, which, mind you, also happens in other parts of Indonesia. But in there, it's so bad, in fact, that some of them want to separate from us. Now, you might be asking a question. Why do I have a body again, and why aren't I a disembodied voice as before? Well, that's a different topic, but another thing is, of course, what causes separatism? Now, going over every single cause of separatism would cost me like forever to do, and I haven't had experience with that before because this is the second time I've tried to make this video. And well, the point is, I'll go over some of the more, I'll just quickly go over some of the more prominent factors, which are political issues, racial issues, economical, have I mentioned social issues, and many other things that rhyme with ical issues. And so the most prominent one is, of course, racism and social issues. Why? Because it has caused a bunch of violence and a lot of horrible things, which I can't show images of, or I can get in trouble unless I, of course, blur it. So these things are, of course, what cause and mainly fuel separatism. Now, if you thought that separatism was the only effect of all this, oh boy, you are wrong. Why? Because this video is on separatism, not on those issues. And well, let's just say separatism can cause like a bunch of effects to, well, both Indonesia and Papua. Now, there are many, and I mean many, effects of separatism, but here are the most prominent ones. First and foremost, Indonesia might get separated. Well, it can get divided. Why do I say this? Because, okay, well, Indonesia is a unique country. Why? Because it's a country made out of multiple islands. And the thing is, if Papua actually separates, this can kickstart like a whole revolution, and like it can cause other provinces and parts of Indonesia to want to separate, and in the end, Indonesia can get divided, which isn't something that we want. Now, let's just sit back, take a sip of our drink, and calm down, and ask the question, what can we do to solve this issue, i.e. separatism? And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't know myself. Why? Because separatism revolves around people's opinions, and them wanting to separate is their opinion, right? And we can't stop them from thinking that. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, what we can do with separatism is not, we can't completely solve it, we can't completely prevent it all, but what we can do is to break the chain of racism and stop all these issues that are going on that are fueling separatism. Let me explain. Every single thing that has happened so far that ended up concluding with people wanting to separate is, of course, caused by intolerance. What is intolerance? Well, intolerance is when people actually do stuff that don't respect others. Sound about right? Yeah. as like I told you before, racism happens a lot over there, and that's caused some really horrible stuff, right? And that's also what caused separatism. So, what we can learn from this issue is that we can learn to be tolerant. Let's not let this issue happen again. Why? Because such small things could harm people in horrible ways, and even our own country. So please, what I'm trying to say, tolerate others, respect them for their differences. Now, going to actually solving separatism. Of course, we can, like per usual, take this up to international court, which could probably take a long time to solve this issue, but that's the most we can do. But that's all we can do if we leave this country. But as the people of this country, and me personally as a person in this country, what I'd like to say is, guys, please respect people around you. Why? If you don't, it can lead. Just simple words. Simple words can lead to stuff like this, and that's one thing that I think we can all learn. So please tolerate others, you guys. Once again, my name is Michael Maximus. Thank you for watching this video. And now, on to the outro. Wait! I'll be honest, I'm really tired after shooting all that. This is like my prologue outro. I have not drank like the slightest bit of water since 7 o'clock, I think. Oh boy. The editing could take a while too. But man, this recording got me tired. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. And special thanks to Mr. Arya and Miss Ifan for allowing me to make this video. In fact, if it wasn't because of them, I probably wouldn't have come up with this topic to cover. So thank you all. Special thanks to Miss Ifan and Mr. Arya. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.